Hello everyone. Today I'm here with Joe, Ness, Zazzaro-Francis, a Hearthstone player from the United Kingdom who plays for Torpedo Gaming at the moment. He is last year's Insomnia True Silver champion. Hello Joe, how are you doing today?
Hey, I'm good. I just came back from Insomnia True Silver Championship 3. I came back yesterday, and now I'm just chilling out at home after getting top 8 again. So it feels good to get top 8.
Yes, great. You have a big history in Insomnia Championships since 55, I think.
Yep, I got second place at 55, and then top 8 at 56, and then obviously I won 57, and then at the last one just now, I got top 8 again. So pretty good performance at these events.
Great. So we had a small introduction about you, but could you tell me a bit more about yourself?
Okay, so I'm currently studying at university. I'm studying computer science, and I'm in my third year now. I'm doing a master's degree, so I've got one more year after this year, and then after that, hopefully, I get some sort of job in software development or game development would be kind of ideal. Uh, in my free time, I play lots of video games. I play piano, which is pretty fun. I mainly play Hearthstone in my free time. But I don't really have too much free time when uni term is on, because I've got a lot of coursework and a lot of homework to do. But then we get really long holidays, so in the holidays I get to practice a lot.
Great. So you have a busy life after all. Too many hobbies. Great. That's really, really good. So does your battle tag have any special meaning or significance? How did you come up with it?
So Ness is a character from a game made by Nintendo called Earthbound, and that game's really old. Came out in 1996, I think, which was when I was born. And most people know that character from Super Smash Bros. The Smash Bros. Series has Ness in it, and that's where most people know him from. But from the original game is a game which I really liked when I was a child, and it's just a character which I've always liked. And then I just chose that as my battle tag.
Yeah, awesome. So how did you pick up Hearthstone and what do you like most about it?
So when I was at high school, my friend found Hearthstone and he told me, "Hey, this is a cool new game. You should try it out." And I was like, "Okay, sure," because he was a good friend, so I trust him. And yeah, we played it a lot. We tried it out. He was better than me at the time because he'd already been playing for a few months in beta. And then I started in the first ranked season, and I didn't really know what to do, but he taught me. He said, "Play Arena. If you play Arena, you'll learn how to get better." So I was playing Arena a lot. And then at school, I'd be playing, like, I don't know, like no one would really notice because it was easy to play. And then what do I like most about it? Uh, I don't know. I think I haven't really been a huge card game fan, but this game just sort of stuck to me. I liked the aesthetics and the way the cards look and the art and like the way the mechanics work, and everything seems really smooth. And I love the way that Blizzard has designed this game. Yeah.
Awesome. So how do you approach each season and what strategies do you use to climb to the top of the rankings, get legend, etc.?
So for each season, at the start of the season, if I have a lot of time, then I'll probably get legend very quickly in the first 5 days. So in the past few seasons, because I've been on holiday, I was able to get legend really quickly. I just played the best decks. I usually rotate, like, let's say every 20 games or so, I'll change decks, because otherwise I get a bit bored of playing one deck over and over. It's very rare that I'll just play one deck to legend, because you have to play, like, I don't know, 150 games or more to get to legend. And, I mean, I might get a bit bored of playing one deck all that time. So I usually switch it up. And the strategies I use, I mean, it's not too hard to hit legend, so usually I'll just grind to legend on my own. But then once I'm like top 100 or so, sometimes I'll like talk to a friend whilst I'm playing, or like talk to my teammate, ball control, and we will discuss turns together. And then sometimes if I don't feel like playing, well, we'll play together. So he'll play on his account and I'll watch him, and then we'll discuss plays. And I think that's a good way to climb. If you're climbing with two people, it's a lot easier.
And it's more fun as well.
Yeah, and it's more fun because sometimes if you're playing on your own, you get a bit bored, or you get like if you get annoyed at something, it helps you if you can like share the salt with someone else. If they experience it too, then it's like you feel a bit better.
Of course. What style of decks do you prefer playing, and also do you enjoy the current meta?
I mainly like mid-range decks or control. I don't like aggro too much, but recently I'm playing aggro shaman because it's just really good, and it's a deck which will still be good in future expansions, I presume, because it doesn't really lose any cards for a long time now, because the good cards came out recently, so they won't get rotated out for a while. So I've been practicing aggro shaman because I think it'll be useful in future tournaments. But mainly I like to play control decks, and I like Priest a lot, but Priest is in a bad spot right now, so I haven't been playing Priest very much. I've been playing a lot of Warrior. Control Warrior and Zoff Warrior are really good. The current meta, it's changing very quickly because new cards coming out every week, but I think after a few weeks, after full release, I think things will settle down and it won't be too different from what it was before Karazhan, because the recent expansion didn't really change too much. There's a few good cards, and it will encourage a few new decks, but I don't think it will change too much. So, yeah.
So you think Aggro Shaman will stick around, right?
Yeah. I mean, like the core cards of that deck are not being rotated out until late 2017, I think. And unless they like change something or make control decks really, really good, I don't think Aggro Shaman will drop out. I think it will always be tier 1 for at least a few more months.
I see. So you're in charge of making some changes in Hearthstone. What would you change?
Okay, first we would need to change Yogg-Saron. Lots of players are currently complaining about it. It's good for viewers, but for the competitive scene, it's you know what it's like. It's a bit it's a bit unfair. So people are suggesting that if Yogg dies or gets transformed whilst it's casting spells, then it should stop. And I think that makes sense, and that's a good way to balance it, because it means if you want to have fun, you can still play it, but you probably couldn't play it in a competitive tournament anymore, because Yogg kills himself most of the time, or like hexes itself, or like, I don't know, shadow steps itself, or vanish. And if that happens, it should stop casting spells, and that would be a good fix to the problem.
All right.
Yeah. Anything else I would change? I don't know. I don't really like Barnes. It's kind of a badly designed card, but I think it's okay. It's not too bad. I think I would definitely buff Priest a little bit more. It got some good cards in the expansion, but it's still missing a lot of early game. It just needs one early game card, and then it'll be like a good class again. But currently, it's just nowhere near, because you fall so far behind that by the time you get to turn 4 and you can do your board clears with Organized Circle, it's already a bit too late sometimes. So, yeah.
Great. So you made your first big impact at the Insomnia True Silver Championship 2, where you won against Dog of Team Liquid. How did that title change your life afterwards? You also tried to defend your title this year, and you finished decently on the top 8, as we mentioned earlier. How did that come around as well?
So when I won, it was amazing. Obviously, it boosted my reputation quite a lot, because before I won, I had about 150 followers on Twitter, and then afterwards, I got 500 in about like 20 minutes. It was very crazy how much the following I got after I won, but it was to 50,000 viewers, so I guess I can kind of understand why. But yeah, it changed my life for the better, obviously. I didn't really change too much. I was still studying at uni. I did my exams in summer, but having that extra amount of money whilst being a student was really nice, because I didn't have to worry too much about like student loan or paying rent, because I had a lot of money to fall back on, which was really nice. And
did that also make you think that you should stop doing something else and start playing more seriously?
Yeah, definitely. When I went to the tournament, I prepared quite a lot, but I could have prepared more. I was just going because it's really nearby, and I was like, well, I did well last time and the time before, so I better keep going to these events, because I usually do well at them. and I didn't expect to win, but I had prepared quite a lot, so it was really nice that the preparation paid off when I won. But yeah, like after I won, I thought, wow, maybe I'm actually really good at this now, and I should practice a lot more. So after that, I've been playing a lot more now. Ever since then, I noticed that I misplayed in the finals and in some other series. So I thought, okay, there's still a lot of room for improvement. So I'm going to keep playing and get a lot better because there's room to improve. So I better use that and improve because if I can win this amount of money and if I can do it again, it'd be amazing. So yeah.
Awesome. And this year you went at the top 8, which is very, very good. Were you prepared to go up to the finals? Did you believe it?
I think I prepared quite a lot, so getting to the finals was maybe achievable, but I think I ran into I ran into Zixo, who I practiced with a lot, and I knew his lineup, but I knew that my lineup wouldn't really beat his. Well, like statistically, it was unfavored, so I was kind of annoyed to run into him, especially because I like him too, and he's a good friend. So I wanted him to win or me to win. But yeah, I ran into him, and maybe my ban strategy was wrong when I was against him. But I think at the end of the day, it didn't really matter. Watching back on the series, he kind of drew the nuts with Druid, and it didn't really matter if I banned Shaman or Paladin because I think the Druid would just beat me anyway. And he was playing a new deck. He was playing the Malygos Druid, which I didn't prepare for too much. I knew it was a deck. I was practicing it a little bit, but obviously because it was quite new, I didn't practice against it enough, let's say. So I might have made a few misplays because I overreacted to a few things or didn't play around certain cards. Yeah.
All right. It was still a very, very good placement. Congratulations on that. So what are your goals for Hearthstone this year and maybe the first months of the upcoming year?
Okay, so there's not many events in the future coming up now for this year. There are some UK tournaments going on. There's a Red Bull tournament, which I think is only UK only, and it's kind of like North versus South. And I'll play in that just because why not? And there's also the ESL tournament, which is coming up, and I've qualified for like the group stage of the tournament, let's say. And then after that, there's another stage. And then after that stage, there's a final stage. So hopefully I can make it all the way since I've already got this far. And then there's DreamHack Winter in November. Me and my teammates will definitely be going to that. So that's something to look forward to. Apart from that, I don't think there's anything else which is major. There might be a few other tournaments which I'll play in online. Or if I get invited to anything, of course I'll go. And then next year, should be a new expansion, hopefully, at the start of next year, which I'm looking forward to because it should fix Priest, hopefully. I don't think Priest will be anything higher than Tier 3, Tier 4 until next year because the cards it got just weren't good enough. And then, I'll wait till next year to see if anything cool comes out.
That's awesome. That's quite some plans. Do you have any advice or thoughts you'd like to share with your fans or other aspiring competitive players that want to be like you?
So if you're really new to the game, I advise you just to play Arena a lot and to watch other people stream on Twitch because there's lots of players who stream on Twitch who are really good and they're really analytical and explain what they're doing. And if you don't know what to do, the best thing to do is to watch someone who does know what to do and see what they're doing, and then you can learn from that. So and it's also fun. I mean, watching streams is really fun. So that's a good way to do it. If you already know how to play and you're already pretty good, you can still watch streams and you can say what play you would do on this turn and see if the streamer agrees with it. And then maybe the streamer's wrong sometimes, so maybe you can tell them what you thought they might have done wrong. But yeah, that's also a good way. And just play a lot. If you play ladder a lot, you practice a lot with friends, you'll definitely get better. I think when you play, you should concentrate a lot, not just play mindlessly and blame it on RNG. You should think of each turn quite carefully. And sometimes they're pretty obvious, but sometimes there's a close turn. Maybe you should take a screenshot of it if you're not sure, and then look back at it later. Maybe ask a friend and say, hey, what would you do? And you can discuss it. I think that's a good way to get better.
Great. That's quite some advice. I think most of competitive players should do that. Okay, I think we can wrap it up. Do you have any final shout-outs?
I'll shout out to my team, Torpedo. They're great. They always send me to events and they're always behind my back. And to my teammates, Jambray, Ball Control, and Raven. Raven's a great caster and also good to hang out with. Jambray and Ball Control are great players. They both did pretty well this time. Ball Control and Jambray were really close to getting further placements. Ball Control got top 16 with me, but he lost to some good players. And Jambray, I think he got like 20th, let's say. He was very close to getting top 16, but didn't quite make it. But then in the Redemption Cup, he did well. So hopefully he can prove himself at another big tournament. And yeah, that's it. That's all my shout-outs.
All right, thank you very, very much. Thank you for having this interview with me. You guys can follow Ness on Twitter at
TPG_Ness.
I have it here I have it written right here. Make sure to drop him a follow. Thank you very much, Ness.
Thank you for having me.
Everyone, see you soon. See you on the next interview. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.
Bye.